back to the YTG podcast. If you are new here, my name is Nico. I'm an automotive photographer and now amateur racing driver.
I'm Sean and I am the owner of this lovely shed in Keysborough, YTG Young Timers Garage.
Here on the weekly-ish YTG, we're going to give you the sort of inside scoop inside the automotive industry in Australia, as well as some fantastic stories. Motorsport, anything car related. So, and a bit of electric car hate. So join us on another episode and we hope you enjoy. Welcome back. Season 2, episode 11. We're here again and we have a third member. Once again, we are joined by previous guest, Sean Dodgeson.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm well.
Welcome.
For those who don't remember, Sean runs YTG Racing Simulators next door. He joined us in season 1. I can't remember what the episode number was now, but
early on.
When we were talking about the electric Formula E cars going through the Monaco tunnel. How good that sounded.
Hear it?
Exactly right.
So Sean's joined us and a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. We've talked about F1, but there's a lot of good stuff that they did. So, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so catch us up. What's the latest news?
Oh, look, we've been out and about a fair bit, I must say. We're finding our niche in events, funnily enough. Finding it that the public really taking advantage of bumping into us at a track day or at a cocktail party and just adding that extra dimension to the party, which was what we did with Qatar Airways at the F1. So that's been really, really good. And then the builds have been trickling through as well. I've got another one starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock for a local client. So, Sim Shop's been quite busy. It's been a very steep learning curve, I have to say. And with the nature of the sim industry at the minute, AI racing, things like that.
Seems to have really ramped up in the last year or so, isn't it? It's like, all of a sudden, there
was a lot of people that got into it during COVID. But I think now with the likes of Max Verstappen, who says that that's all he does in his spare time is drives a sim.
And the e-racing, which we had here in V8s, obviously during the COVID, all the boys are racing
from home.
So that just ramped it again. So
we've actually got even a group of clients that come in regularly for their own racing series, which we manage as well. Yeah, that's from home or in.
So now we're doing the iRacing now. We weren't doing the iRacing before, but now we've got a lot of clients that are coming and hiring and doing track time at the sim shop. So now you got iRacing going.
Just bring your login.
Anyone comes in, they just log in.
Bring your login.
We're good to go now with the iRacing as well, so which is good.
We've got a few professional and amateur drivers that are coming through doing their practice laps in-house or, looking to even go down the path of even coaching with some of the younger people coming through. So, it's been quite popular.
We had a Nürburgring 24-hour driver.
Yes, I won't mention any names yet, but we've got an international that's been coming in and doing
that's been cool.
Their
so
practice.
Cool. Yeah. So I wanted to jump on and try and see if I could match his time, but we don't have the iRacing track, which damn it.
It's funny because he's driving a GT4, and so we've got that on the thing for him. And, he's typical tall French, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, long hair. He's just like typical. He's just cool, and he's on there. He's getting into it, and just
very cool cat.
Yeah,
and just comes in, puts his login information in. His tracks are there. His cars are there.
So good.
Yeah.
Way you go. Headphones on.
Maddox has been coming in now because we got the iRacing.
He's been practicing as well.
Because that has the dirt oval racing, doesn't it?
Absolutely, man. We make him play volume off though.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just
motorbike
just
engine.
Fast, mate. It's just
so it's either headphones or volume off.
So it's funny, and he gets into it, mate. So it's good. So anyone that didn't come before because we didn't have it, well now come because we've got iRacing. So
you got a track day coming up, or you're racing in an event overseas and you're here and you need somewhere to practice.
Yep.
Hey, we do that. That's what we do.
Yep. We're going to be doing some cool stuff next door, like sort of track day events, but in a sim thing, which stay tuned. They're going to be quite fun.
Yeah.
And then are you going to talk about the
we've got our inaugural live stream coming up in the next couple of months, I will say. We really want to fine tune and make sure when we do go live with our live stream that it's done properly.
But you're going to also, or announcing or not announced, but the team.
And that's what will happen with the live stream, and the beginning of that is the road for us to start to build a proper esports team of young, super competitive drivers.
That'll be cool.
That we can showcase their talents to the public through the streaming platforms.
So we're going to get a YTG RS Racing Sim team, which we're going to compete on a global scale.
Yep.
And
if we're good enough, we're going to damn well
try. If you're good enough, so we're going to have a benchmark, isn't it? We're going to have a pick a track.
Yep.
And have a benchmark
we'll
time.
Get people to submit their times.
And everyone's going to submit their times, and then
we'll get the best in.
We'll pick 4 or 5 drivers, because it's going to be all the Series Le Mans and that sort of stuff, and then we'll have that'll be the proper YTG RS team, esports racing eSIM team. So, and we'll compete competitively globally. So stay tuned as that happens, and then it's going to be grouse.
Yeah, we'll start small, but we'll definitely that's the aim.
Yeah, that's the goal. So we'll have so we're going to get a couple of. We've been trying to see if we can rope in a V8 Supercar driver as well. We'll try and get one of the boys to see if they can get involved. But stay tuned. That's going to be some exciting stuff happening.
Like I said, the other thing is we're looking into doing some in-house driver training as well on the sim.
Correct.
So not only can you come in and practice for your track day coming up at the bend in your own car,
which a few people have been doing though. Recent Porsche weekend, just the other day, we had a couple of clients in here who are going there and didn't know the bend, but just spent a couple of hours.
Cars came back straight.
Cars all came back straight, and we actually asked them. We said, "Was it helpful?" Fucking oath. They said it did help.
Absolutely,
really did help, because they did the international track. I think it was at the bend, so no one had done it before.
Yeah.
So they all came in, had it, bang, and 3 of them, wasn't it? All 3, and they're all
couple hours
bang,
each,
and they all did say, it helped. It did help.
It knowing your rights and lefts ahead of time.
Yeah, 100%. It really did. It really did. So, especially that track, because it's pretty technical in some areas and that sort of stuff.
The Bend International, the back half of the Bend International is like a string of 12 corners with no straights in between them.
There's no straight in between.
So your entry into corner 1 will affect your exit on corner 7.
Yeah.
So it's such a complex series of corners that knowing ahead of time.
Yeah, and they all said it. They made it different. And they only did a couple of hours, but they said, going to definitely come back and spend some more time, especially the tracks that they're going to go to. Like, they may not be too familiar with, you know what I mean?
If
like
it's
one
interstate or far away or inaccessible.
Yeah. But they definitely found it. So it's getting a bit of attraction, and we're probably going to do a collaboration and maybe do something with a special car, maybe a giveaway or something. But stay tuned on that.
Yeah, there's plenty coming. Plenty happening.
That'll be pretty cool. So it's good. So it's been pretty eventful since we last spoken, and then again, hopefully, we've got a lot of good things happening. So. Yeah, the driver training staff, that sort of... It's good seeing people coming here at actual practice.
Yeah.
And taking it serious, not fucking around. Like
No.
Seeing the progression.
So far past game at
this
point.
is not gaming,
absolutely.
mate. This is not gaming. And this is the funny thing. It's just these guys are here, they're practicing, they're serious, and they've got hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in race cars, and they'll come here and they'll sit there and...
They all made it back
get into it
straight.
Yeah, not a single person. 100%. There was plenty of people going into the walls.
Yeah, I heard it was quite an eventful weekend.
Yeah, 3 cars written off. Fucking
There's always a couple rookies.
Oh, always, mate. Beyond the talents, not of the car. So it's exciting times. Yeah, good. Yeah, very good.
So good. We've got the Bend coming up later this year. With the hyper races. Yeah, so I was on today doing the Bend just to try and figure it out.
What track is it on the Bend that you do?
We're doing
the Supercar track.
International, which is the shorter one, not GP, which is the longer one.
Okay.
I think the normal one. I think it's International.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, will be interesting.
That'll be good.
Will be interesting. Hypers have never really been there before. There's only one hyper racer that's ever been to the Bend, and it was one guy who went with a couple of mates, and it was actually the previous owner of my car. So my car's the only hyper racer that's driven on the Bend, at least that we have any sort of reference or times for. Yeah. So there were a couple of SA cars that were
it's a race meet.
They weren't driven. So
race meet.
Yeah, we're proper full race weekends. Yeah, 3 days straight.
What's on the other races? Is there like cup cars or one of that sort?
There's the TA2 muscle cars.
Oh, yeah.
Super TT. There's a GT class with cup cars and GT3 cars and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's a full calendar-ish.
And and that race meeting, not 86s. That race meeting will be on SBS
Oh, okay.
Foxtel, KO.
Oh, okay,
So-
cool.
Good.
Fucking get KO logins.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big weekend.
Oh, Foxtel.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna try and
Watch party.
convince. They normally they pick a handful of cars to put the streaming cameras on.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can go live. And I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
get one. I'm gonna try and get
That would
one.
be good. That would be great.
It'd be awesome.
That'd be good.
Well, if we can't
Yeah,
go,
well
we've got to
done.
have a watch party here.
Yeah, I know.
On the
yeah.
big screen.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So we got
true.
2 rounds this year that are streamed on KO. So yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's exciting.
That'd be good. Yeah, bloody oath. Good brand. Yeah, good exposure.
YTG sponsorship.
Fucking oath. Off we go. Off we go. Yeah, awesome stuff.
man.
Well, that's good, exciting.
Well, in other driving related news, not that this whole podcast isn't driving related news.
No.
We had our first guest given car for a test drive
Yeah, that was a pisser.
this week.
That was good.
great,
Which was pretty cool.
That
Thanks
was
for
cool.
the sneak peek. That was...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put some stuff on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you will know already. But a couple episodes ago, we did the Top Gear Awards for 2023.
Yeah.
And we're a bit blown away by their choice for sports car of the year, which is the Civic Type R.
I still am, even after driving it. And I did say it on the fucking thing. I did say, look, I get what they've done, but it's a big fucking call. It was a great car.
It is a very big call, isn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, we'll put in a little clip here of the video. The video itself will be uploaded as a previous podcast episode and as a separate YouTube video and everything. So,
What are you showing the video of you driving or me driving? Because
All
we
of
were,
it.
drove very differently. I did.
Absolutely. I have to agree. There was
I just got in. I was
slightly
like,
different driving styles
Yeah,
evident
I
on
was
the
driving
day.
like the SL55, was just cruising along and plenty of talk. I was like, and then Nico's gets in and fucking bang hits the fucking go fast and off we went and Deschamps was just fucking champion. Just
Oh, he loved it. Yeah, he was all about it.
Was
all
he
about
chill
it.
there the
Mate,
whole
he was
time?
brand new, mate. He
Oh,
sat
I
in the
loved
car
it.
brand new.
I get the feeling he goes a lot harder than that on his
Oh,
own.
yeah, good on him, mate.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah, it was great. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Dad, I sent it to Dad, and Dad sent me a text and said, "Sean driving, trees slowly moving past
Yes.
the windows. Nico driving, trees blurring past the
Just green
It was
blur.
just, I don't know, mate. I very rarely just will get in anymore and just, I couldn't be fucked. I've done it so much in my past and I've
Yeah.
I'm
lost
too
my
chicken
lives how
to
many
push that
times
hard.
and I'm just,
someone else's car. I rode you
Oh,
down
no,
there,
no, no,
and
I mean-
it was greasy and dirty.
No,
and
100%. I mean, I had
horrendous.
full confidence. You see my face,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, yeah, no worries. I'm full confidence in ability. But I'm just sitting there going, oh, fuck what it is to be 20 years younger. Even though I feel 20 years younger. But in terms of, I just got in and I was like, nah. Don't know the back roads here.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well, that's the difference.
breezy.
Those
I
are
was
my
going to
home
say,
cars.
you've
know it.
driven those
Oh,
a,
you knew
a
it
few
intimately.
times.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, cruising. But enough to go, yeah, if I was buying a hot hatch, and I'm not a hot hatch person, but if I was buying one, fucking oath, I would buy that car. I thought
Yeah.
it was great. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that was really good. When Nico said, hey, Deschamps was kind enough to allow us to obviously do this road review. And I said, yeah, fucking why not? Especially Civic Type R.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
don't
quite surprised.
have
Sorry to
anyone in
interrupt at
that
the
round.
start when I saw the car and I'm like, is it really a Type R? The previous model was angular and sharp.
Yeah, this one's
and-
not as much.
And
is
I
it?
had to look twice, but I think that's part of the appeal of it. It's that
It softened
understated.
it.
Yeah.
It softened it compared to the bit more
Yeah.
jaggedy
There were
edge, but-
a few complaints about the previous models. People thought they were a little bit boy racer or
Oh, they absolutely were.
which I liked, but
Yeah.
there's people
Oh,
out
it's
there that
it's
didn't.
polarizing. It's love it or hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, that's still the only thing that got me was the front wheel drive. Now, I didn't really feel too much torque steer because I didn't really give it that much of a boot. Felt a little bit when he was giving it, especially when it was undulating and the thing's just obviously trying to grab while one one's dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overall, it was like I said, you wouldn't really know unless you're pushing
So are
it.
you
and
getting
even
pull
then-
side to side or you full axle bouncing?
Not
or...
so much pull side.
when
to
it was a
side.
little
Yeah.
bit of
No.
off camber and bit greasy, and I gave it in third, and like just natural, one of the wheels dripped, so it's sort of trying to grip.
Yeah.
You felt a little bit of it, but minor, man. Like
Yeah.
not like I've fucking experienced in the past with front wheel drive.
Like
So
a
that's why I was
Volkswagen?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, okay. And I didn't go hard. Like when we turned left at the last bit and he fucking gunned it, and I looked at the wheel to see just a little bit because he was really pushing it, but it was so minor. You're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I
that's
was
a lot of shit.
one-handed at that point because I was
Yeah.
changing gears, so it
Okay.
obviously wasn't enough to be
Yeah.
pulling it out of one hand.
And like when he was throwing into the bends, I mean, I was more fucking thinking poor Deshaun, but I mean, like, and I'm going, fuck, okay. I'm just sitting there, fuck, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm just like, fuck, greasy roads, 3 blokes, going pretty hard. It's a 40K, we're doing 90, and I'm going, sorry, 45.
19.
45. Sorry.
he was driving for that.
Yeah. Anyways, and it went around the bend very well. And that's what I was quite, yeah. And the torque curve was just beautiful. The linear just
So drivable.
Yeah.
For a car that's turbo and VTEC, two things that are sort of renowned for like lag.
Yeah.
It was great. It was
mate, it's a car
fantastic.
you take off first, third, fifth.
Yeah.
That's it, mate. It's just fucking, it's just cruises, bro. I was, like I said, hot hatch, which I'll never be, but if I was, fucking oath.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Sean definitely liked it a bit more than me.
Yeah.
I had the picky complaints.
But see, on the same token, you got more chance through your mates, whatever, that would be maybe have the opportunity to drive more hot hatches than I really never have.
Yeah.
Fucking all my mates, we're all walks, mate. We drove fucking Valiants and growing up and Fords and
I did
never
the
really
hot,
had hot hatches.
I did
mean,
the hot hatch thing for a while.
I've only had one front wheel drive car in my life, and that was a fucking Nissan XR thing when I was like a fucking uni.
Wasn't that like the first car you got or something like that?
No, that was a Sigma.
Was that front wheel drive or not?
No, rear wheel drive.
Ah, okay.
Rear wheel drive. And Peter Werrett, mate. Oh. And
It's a T-top.
Yeah, Nissan XR, Target, T-top fucking thing. And
It was my brother's
it's just
first car.
Fucking, I was going to say something, but I can't say that or I'll get in trouble. But it was just, it was just a bit, how you going? And it was just like, nah, it wasn't. Front wheel drive, but I remember take off and the thing's like this, and you're fucking not going in your wheels like that. Like these, you see these blokes pull their handbrakes in America in their Civics, and I'm like, I would be so embarrassed. And they're just, the front wheels are just fucking pouring smoke out, and they got the fucking handbrake yanked, and it's like a dog dragging its ass. It's like some person's kicked it up the ass. It's like, I could never get that. And I think that's the Fast and Furious, because a lot of front wheel drive cars, and I think that's why I struggle with it. But that's why I've never really gone that way or had a lot of mates that were into that. So for me, that was, I could probably jump in something else, which you'll say, that's fucking grouse, and it might blow my mind. So that's all I've been exposed to, and I was like, okay, I can get why they probably, I still can't get why they're giving it a fucking car, whatever it is. But for what it represents, and I guess that younger generation, it's pretty cool. 80 grand, like I've rocked up in the 55, which is 85 grand. Okay, granted, different generation, and I'm sitting there going, fuck, such fucking different cars.
Yeah, for a similar price.
Like, especially when I jump back in the 55.
Is that how much one is?
Nah, 72, I think you said.
Okay, yeah.
Close
70, 80 grand.
Close
Plus
enough.
on roads,
70
wasn't it?
grand for a
Wasn't
hatchback,
But wasn't it
That's
plus on roads
exactly
or no, on the road?
No, I think it was like 72.6 driveway. Or
Was it?
something like
Okay,
that,
so it's fucking not cheap.
Well, it's agency pricing too with Honda, so it doesn't matter which one you walk into. It's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no discounting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still.
That's what he
it's a lot
said.
of
They
fun.
wouldn't barter at all. It's just that's
That's the
money,
price and that's
Agency,
it.
yeah.
Considering how many they built too,
Yeah.
there's a lot of cars they built. Not like a fucking limited number.
I don't think there's that many here, though. It was interesting. Deshaun did say that the cars are actually numbered.
Yeah, but it was like 15,000 or something.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how many they.
Yeah.
I mean, again, limited numbers would be right-hand drive compared to the rest of the world, but state. But no, good car, and so it was quite a bit of a pisser doing that. So if you want us to review your car, let us know.
Different category this time.
Oh, mate, anything,
Yeah,
mate.
no,
Mate, look, like I said, mate, I was saying this to someone the other day. I mean, if you're a car person, you can see the beauty in any car.
In anything, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You find it.
And if you, I mean, like, I can see the fucking fun or the beauty or the uniqueness of something that's cool and different. It doesn't matter. It's not a dollar value. It's not a brand. It's just, like I said, it's just you go, you know what, that's fucking cool. Yeah, man, I get it. I get it. Would I buy one? Probably not, because it's not my thing. But if I was in the market, I'd get it. You know what I mean? There's cars where I've driven, I'm going, oh, that's a fucking dog. How would someone buy that? Still buy it, but bum for every chair.
Exactly right.
Bum for every chair. So, no, it was good.
Yeah.
So let us know. Something else? let us know.
You want us to drive your car?
Well, maybe not
40?
Nico.
Double check my insurance
No,
first.
no. It was brand new, mate. Car was golden.
So we'll move on to our featured car.
Which is
for
huge.
the week, which is massive this week.
Massive, yeah.
And it's not in the showroom at all, and it's not
No.
even one car.
No, the phone calls were coming. Is it in the showroom? Can we come and look at them? No,
No,
they're not.
not yet.
And that is the reason why. There's no point having him sitting here. But yeah, as we know, as you know, we've been blessed to have the opportunity to be the retail partner for the Gen 3 prototypes. Chassis 1 and 2, the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 and the Ford Mustang GT. And yeah, now they're open to the public. So they've been up now for a week and a bit now. We've had some good interest. Obviously, 95% of the people are just more fanfare, wanted to know and ask questions, which is respectful and great. I mean, love to see all the car lovers and the enthusiasts, but talking to some serious people about it. There's obviously parameters and things like that. And yeah, we're just waiting on, we're just getting a few offers in of registered interest, which will collate over the next week or two, and then that'll go to Supercars. And if we can find the right situation and circumstances, it's not only about the money, it's about conditions involved in the car and access and things like that. We want to keep the cars in Australia. We've had interest from overseas, but no, we want to keep the cars in Australia. So, yeah, feel very, very grateful, very, very privileged to have the opportunity, and yeah, we're confident that we'll find the right person for the car. But I think that was the opportunity now to go public, to give the public the opportunity to buy these. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people not sure on what they are. Oh, they can't be raced. Oh, it's not a championship-winning car.
I saw a lot of people commenting that, like, but you can't race them. In what? Like,
But, okay, let me just put it... Okay,
I mean, it's in the name, isn't
it's
it?
an irrelevant
Prototype?
question to
Well,
begin with. You're
this
not
is
going to
how-
step into the V8 Supercars
Again,
championship,
and this
mate.
is the
Like,
thing.
what?
No.
And so let me just put it this way. And again, I'm blessed. I know a lot of people in the... Obviously, we've got the gig for it, but we know race owners, team owners, drivers, Super 2 owners, and yeah, okay. Let's just put it all down how it works, okay? Doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates... Well, not Bill Gates, fuck him. But no, if I don't know, fucking James Packer.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. He's got all the money in the world. I want to buy a Gen 3 car. Well, you can't, dude. You can't buy one. Yeah, but I can. No, you can't. Because, as everyone knows, it's roughly, I don't know, 750 to 850, depending on the car, or 825, thereabouts, to build a Gen 3 car, roughly, configuration, depending on how it is. And that ballpark around there. Okay, yeah, here's the money. Doesn't matter. You can't buy one. And the reason why you can't buy one is because you don't have a race licence, and there's only X amount of race licence, and that's why it's controlled and so on. So, well, what can I do with it? I can't compete with it. Well, no, of course you can't compete with it because you don't have a race licence. Well, what can I do with it? Well, it hasn't won anything. Well, hang on. You've got to look at it as this. These are two most significant race cars made in the development of this new
It's a piece
era.
of history.
Correct.
Exactly.
And yes, I know personally people that have bought Bathurst winning cars and they've paid $1 million for, and 750, 800, 850, whatever the case may be, considerable money. They don't race them.
No.
They're all sitting in collections.
That's why I couldn't get what
This is
people
why
asking,
when
but
people
you
say to
can't
me,
race
I
them.
can't race them.
What?
Well,
Nobody races them.
Nobody races them. This is what I don't understand. And again, I'm not speaking out of school. Mate, we're speaking with runs on the board with that many people. So, again, there's two marketplaces for this car. The public market is really the one where they have the privilege and the opportunity to buy something so special, so unique. Now, don't forget, Ford and Chevrolet have never done this before for any racing category in the world.
This is insane.
This is the
this
first
is like,
time.
imagine if Ferrari...
This is what I said to someone.
Went,
Break
here's
this
our
down.
prototype Formula One car for 2023.
Correct.
Oh, but hang on, I can't race it against Max Verstappen.
Hello? Well, come here. Why can I slap you? Okay,
Yeah.
because it's like, this is what it is. It's like a controlled series. And I don't know how, this is how I was trying to explain it. Some people get it, but some people don't.
I'm
and I
trying to
respect
picture
that.
the person picking up the phone with their pit crew standing in the kitchen going, please see if you can buy the car. That's not how it works.
And it doesn't work that way. So again, even if you had the money, you can't buy one. And no, you can't race it. And you can't race it in another series because you can't. So this is an opportunity that if someone was ever wanting to buy one, has the opportunity to buy these two cars. Now, you can't race them.
But you
But
could
you
drive
can take
them.
them
You
to
can
Winton.
track
You can put it on
or
a track
Queensland,
day.
or whatever track
Absolutely.
that you can take it to in Australia.
Do whatever you want with them.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do with these
And you'll
cars.
be the only member of the public ever to have your seat driving a Gen 3 car.
Technically speaking,
Because the rest you can't
Yeah,
get.
you need a race license.
Well,
if to do
technically
it.
speaking, you are the only person in the world privileged to have either the opportunity to buy two, and I am talking to a couple of people looking at the both. Because of the opportunities for that, or one, and that's it. Because the cars that are available now, which are in the teams now, they're not available for at least 4 years or so when they go to possibly Super 2s or the Dunlop series, so to speak.
yeah.
So even if you wanted to wait, you can't do anything for 4 years. So even if some miracle that you had some, God knows how, and I'm trying to make this up, that you had an opportunity to buy one, you still can't race anything anyway. So this is an opportunity for you to absolutely take hold of an opportunity that has never, ever been given before. And that's why I think it's a
can't get
great...
how rare it is. Like,
It is. So it's something that the person that is privileged to buy these one or two, then you've got other opportunities involved, where there might be an ongoing thing with either supercars, the cars on a branding, marketing, things like that, which is quite privileged. I'd love to have my cars, on display or taken here or taken there.
Yeah.
If they're driven by... And don't forget, who's famous has driven them? Hang on.
everyone.
All the top tier boys have driven them.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Mate, Shane and JC were the ones testing them at Queensland.
so were so many
and
others.
so many others. So,
Yeah.
A couple of people we're talking to were asking, well, can you get their signatures on it? Well, yeah,
Easy.
I don't see there why not.
Easy.
I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff that could be done with this. The lucky guy is going to be probably taken around at Queensland, because that's where the cars are at head office. They don't need to be here, and experience what they've been privileged to buy.
100%.
And that's the thing. So for me, there's the buyer that we're talking to. We've got to talk to a couple of people, but there's things involved and so on. It's not as easy as just writing a check for something. And that's the thing. People don't start realise. It's not like coming here and buying a car like that. It doesn't work that way. It's quite unique cars, but it's all stacked in the lovely new custodian's favour. Will be, but there's a lot of privileges that will come with it. So if you're genuinely interested, and I mean genuinely. Yes, there's been offers and so on, and sadly, it's not their fault. They didn't understand. They didn't know. But just put into consideration what it'll cost to replace a Gen 3 car, minimum 3/4, and then you just work it out from there. Mm-hmm. What sort of a privilege would you pay to have two unique cars that Ford have never done, Chevrolet have never done, recognised? These are most significant cars in Australian motoring history, racing history, in terms of what they have achieved, the Gen 3s in terms of the new way. 100%.
Yeah.
Nothing comes close to it. And on a global scale, on a tin top, I mean, a lot of people say our series is the best series in terms of tin top racing.
A lot of people love it, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So, and again, if you're a collector who has probably one of the best Ford collections or HSV collections or holding collections.
It's to be the cherry on the top for sure.
Well, these are the couple of people that I'm talking to. Yeah. You know what I mean. And
would you be surprised if someone bought it to put it in an auto museum?
Well, again, see, I've been contacted by a few of these places, various museums and exhibition places, that sort of stuff, and they've asked me that whoever buys these cars, if I could put them in touch, because again, these are the privileges and the novelties of owning something
Absolutely.
so special.
That's why I
so
think
they
it
would
is a
probably pay the
significant
cars to
piece,
go on display and all of those things. Like we've just come back from 3 great race weekends. Okay, Phillip Island you couldn't do. Sorry, Formula One you probably couldn't do, but you could definitely have taken it out in some shape or form for Adelaide. 100%. Adelaide, because there were so many different categories there, displayed things, and possibly even for Phillip Island, you could have had some category you could have taken it out. You know what I mean? So in saying that, the privilege of owning it, and someone that owns it, they'll want to drive it maybe, or maybe they won't. Yeah. But it's we're just very, very grateful for the opportunity. We believe that the right buyer's there, and if you're listening, or one of the people that I'm talking to and you're listening, well, like I said, you just go to the website and have a good read through. People are asking, is there parts and all that sort of stuff? No, there's no engines, that sort of thing. But the car, you can jump in that car now and do track time, do laps. Yeah. Jump in that right now and do laps. And cheeky and put a trade plate on it.
I know a few
pushing the
people who would do
boundaries.
that.
We did a few things at Dutton for trade plates.
But trade plates are a massive loophole. Like, you really can.
Yes, I know. So yeah, no. So please, it's a fantastic opportunity. We're starting a big campaign this week just to get it out there. And yeah, like I said, if you're interested, please go to the website and register your interest, and I will call you and have a chat to you in confidence. There will be, once the deal's done, there'll be all NDAs, that sort of stuff. So this is a very privileged situation for one lucky person or lucky two, or even a consortium. I was actually talking to one bloke who's a couple of them actually trying to put some money together and think about doing it. So, hey, if it goes to the right home and all the conditions are met, one or two lucky people in the history of motorsport will have something pretty unique.
It's very cool.
So cool.
Yeah, man, it's very cool. Very cool. So thank you to V8 Supercars for the opportunity, and we hope to deliver.
Fingers crossed.
Yep, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We're doing everything we can. So we'll move on. We got some questions.
Yes.
The first question is extremely relevant to what we were just talking about. And it's from Tom JP10, who asks, will you start selling more race cars after the prototypes?
Look, I mean, I've always loved having race cars. I mean, again, I can only go from reference. And, you know, when I ran Ferrari, we had a cup car there, a challenge car, there. And, you know, that was cool. Because it always just something about it, you know, just attracts people or something about it.
Yeah.
A race car. And then, and obviously at Duttons we had, you know, plenty of historic race cars. They weren't always for sale. They were part of collections, and you know, we always had them on display because they're just so beautiful to look at. But then, you know, then I started delving into V8 Supercars, and we moved a few cars for HRT and Walkinshaw then, and 888, and they were significant cars. And again, I just loved it. And you know, we've got clients that have got ex-Formula One cars and things like that. So yeah, I love it. And I think, you know, for here, I mean, okay, we've been here 3 years now. And
we get the occasional
fucking
race
3
car
years.
come
Can't
in.
believe it. 3 fucking
I
years.
know, 3 years.
Time flies.
Thank you. Time flies, mate. We do get a few race cars from here. Sometimes they're on display. Other times they're for sale.
We've got the GT3
we've got
right
the-
I was
we've
gonna
got the
say there's
GT3
one down there
downstairs,
now.
correct. We've had cup cars here. I've got the Cobra now. I've got a Cobra.
That's technically a race car, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's full cams, logbooks. That's competed quite heavily. And yeah, that's a Factory 5, which is the really good ones they build in the States. So yeah, I would like to. If the opportunity arises, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're always open to looking at something different and unique in race cars, yeah. So 100%. I hope so, yeah.
They're a
Hope
bit
so.
of a different wacky market with a much
Different
more
market.
niche audience.
Mate, I mean, we're already in a niche market, so I mean, I can't make my life any harder. So, you know, it's, but, you know,
It's part
you
of the
follow
DNA
what you
here,
love,
mate.
man.
Yeah.
You know, you follow what you love. I mean, sometimes what you love doesn't always fucking make money, but you know, it's what we love. It's what we wanted to create, and yeah, you know, race cars in some shape or manner. I mean, half these cars are road versions of race cars in some shape or manner, anyway. So, yeah, no, definitely more.
Yeah. So our next question.
So yeah, if you've got a race car, you've got something different and you're interested, and because now we partnered up with 105, thanks to James at 105.
Yeah, we should probably talk about
Yeah,
that.
James 105, we've partnered up. They've, you know, handpicked the X amount of dealers, less than 20 dealers around Australia, and we're very grateful that we're one of them, and we work closely with them, and because of this special opportunity we were given, the only retail medium partner in Australia that we're working with is 105.
So for those who don't know, anyone who's not heavily into the race car scene, my105, my105.com is like car sales for race cars.
For race cars,
if
basically.
you want to buy a race car,
anything in
that's
race
where you go.
cars, trailers, transporters,
All of
other
it.
stuff.
Yeah, spare parts, everything. So that's sort of the race car selling medium. And they have just branched out and added on a specialty car, road car section for supercars, sports cars, special stuff.
So when you land on the page, normally it's 286, isn't it? A road version and a track version. And obviously under road, it's road, and then obviously race.
Yep.
So thank you guys. They've done a fantastic. They changed the landing page to the V8 Supercar landing page, which is really, really good. And you had both the Camaro and the Ford on there. So that was really good. Nico would work to deal with James, and thanks guys. It's been great exposure, and then they were mailing it out, and then we've started our campaign. So it only got launched at Taupo, you know what I mean, like last weekend or weekend before. So and a lot of people didn't really see too much of it because it was sort of a bit of a
Just before the race started.
Yeah, and just sort of scattered through. But you know, a couple of people I watched the race weekend actually never saw it because movies, they fucking got up to go to Dunny or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I only knew when it was coming up because we were told when it was going to go live. Because then once we went live, we flicked the switch and then we went with everything.
That was
like
a
if you
cool
go
moment.
to our website's changed now. It's the landing page of, again, with V8s, they've given us the opportunity. We were using all them things. So, Nico had it all sorted. So when you land on the page, you go straight to the cars and then you click through if you're interested. And so just please no more. The cars are not here. They won't be coming here. Please don't just rock up and knock on the door. They're not here. And you can't test drive it. And
You can test drive it next door.
brother,
test drive it on The Sims.
Yeah.
you should see some of the stuff I've been getting, mate. Mate, if you see some of the stuff I've been, mate, like we do a podcast on the shit I've been asked, mate, and the stuff I've been asked in my career, mate. Mate, the shit that I got asked when I was at Koenigsegg, the shit I got offered or got asked when I was a Ferrari, let alone Dartons, and then in my own joint, the stuff I got asked. I mean, I respect it. Look, I love it because people are passionate. Sometimes you just question, you go, oh my God. And, you listen to what they have to say and so on, but... Yeah, most of it was just fan-based kids, young guys. And I get it.
Which is understandable.
I get it, but it can be a bit fucking tiring, you know what I mean? Like,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, like it was. So, no, the cars aren't here. The cars are at head office.
Because that'll be part of a handover process of the vehicle.
100%. Like, it's going to be a special...
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just want people to know that the privileged one or two people or consortium that... get the privilege, get the opportunity to secure these cars. Like, it's a pretty special thing, you know what I mean? Like, the handover is going to be pretty special. Yeah. You're in for something very, very unique that no one else is going to experience. Yeah. And again, we feel very humbled to be a part of that because, we're playing a little small part in that. And to see that person's face when they have that opportunity to actually secure these cars, it'll be great. And to see them out on the track and that it'll be good. So cool. It'll be good. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to actually talk about Taupo because that was cool. Did you see specifically the drivers' parade before the race weekend started? No. Did you see anything about that?
No.
So they drove... Is the town called Taupo or is the track called Taupo? What's the
Taupo
town
is
next
the
to
town.
it? Is the town? Right.
Yeah.
So they drove all of the cars from the track to the town.
Yeah, no,
a bit like how they do it Bathurst.
Oh, no, when Courtney was doing the burnout in the street and shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So a bit like how they drive at Bathurst 12 hour. They take all the GT3 cars.
They did that with Adelaide.
They close the streets and they drive all the cars. That's right.
They did that at Adelaide.
At Taupo, they did it with a pace car at the front and the back on public open roads.
Yeah, but that's what they do.
What, lined with people...
Literally, JC is doing a burnout
JC's
at
doing
100 plus
Yeah,
down
fucking
this
grass.
road, and Mum Susan in her minivan is coming the other way, a metre and a half off him. Like,
not shut the road down.
fully open,
but
public.
That's loose. That's cool.
Yeah, but that's New Zealand, mate. New Zealand's fucking...
amazing.
Brother,
You would never see that here.
No.
you've
hell
never
no.
been, have you?
No.
Oh, fuck, you're
Dude,
going to have a
when
ball.
I saw this, I lost my mind.
What do you think New Zealand's the
I just
best,
went,
mate?
like, the possibilities of the fun that you can have when you're not struck down by OH&S laws so tight.
Brother, we can go... If we jumped on a plane, we're in New Zealand tonight or tomorrow, right? Then, Liam, we'll grab a car and we'll just go to the local track and get out there.
And just go.
Helmet on.
So good.
No licence.
No red tape. No this, that. Oh, so
If you're a fuckwit, you're a fuckwit.
Enter at own risk.
You're a fuckwit, you're a fuckwit. You
Yeah.
can be a fuckwit at Sandown or be a fucking some track in
Yeah.
fucking New Zealand.
Doesn't matter if there's a marshal waving a flag at you.
That's it. But you got a bit of common fucking sense and you want to go out there and you want to have fun and you know the risks involved. So whether you're there
And you
or
know
there,
your limits.
so that's what I mean. Like, how many times have I done a track day? I've never been to it because I'm not going to go beyond my fucking credit. I'm not fucking Senna. As much as I believe I can drive and so on, I am not going to fucking be in my car. I'm not
not
going to be a
worth it.
fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I'll go, oh shit, my ass might go a bit tweaking. I'm like, fuck, okay. But what I'm saying is you won't. If you're a dickhead, you're a dickhead. And you can't help it. And we've seen that plenty of times on track days too.
Predisposed to it.
100%. So there's no red tape. That's what I mean. When I saw that, I'm like,
Insane.
That's New Zealand, mate.
Insane.
New Zealand is the fucking best, mate. I fucking love it.
I couldn't believe it.
You wouldn't find a stretcher road long enough in Melbourne without roadworks to have the parade.
Roadworks and fucking cops and fucking... Mate, it's just...
The big
honestly,
build, for crying out loud.
Oh,
Mate.
no, it's grass. Yeah, that's all I've saw.
It's just unbelievable. And they get in the town centre and the streets are lined.
Yeah, it was
with
great to
people.
see. Yeah.
And JC's doing burnouts up the middle of a row of people, like Group B rally style, crowds on either side, and he's burnout up the middle.
Yeah.
We're talking like in Australia, this would have been a
and you
current
see his
affair.
face, he's just fucking laughing, just smart. Yeah, it was great.
Hoon V8 supercar driver endangers 17 babies' lives. That it would have been.
Yeah.
But in New Zealand, fuck it, go nuts. Imagine if you were a 6-year-old kid in the back of the minivan coming home from school and the full V8 supercars field comes past you at
Come on,
noise.
man.
On
Come
the,
on.
Oh my
Instant,
God.
instant fans.
Oh,
It's
just amazing.
It's just an amazing...
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Just
amazing country. And the turnout was great. It was just, it's just... The motor culture, it's just unreal, mate. It's just, I'd love to see them do more races in New Zealand.
there are some insane tracks in New Zealand.
Mate, yeah.
The other thing I don't get about New Zealand, such a tiny country, such a tiny population,
Less than
but
Victoria.
its facilities and are
High-end.
insane. Like their little country track for a town of 2,000 people makes Winton, which services a city of 20 million, look like a tin shed in the middle of a paddock.
backwards.
Like, it's unbelievable what they have over
And
there,
that's no
considering their
disrespect to
population
Winton.
size.
They just do it different.
Mate, I told you, like I said, when I fell in love with the country, when did we open Dutton? 16, New Zealand. Yeah, 16. So what's that? For 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years when I fell in love with that country, and yeah, it just constantly just gets better and better because, I mean, look, they're fucked in so many ways. Don't forget the government, the way that Jacinta, all that stuff. So I witnessed a lot of that. A lot of the heavyweights, they go, mate, she's fucked, get her out. It's like that other fucking Gronk Andrews, sort of the same shit.
Yeah.
But their car culture is just amazing.
Yeah,
like
so good.
which is all I care about. It's just fucking grouse. Like the shit, like I said, it just blows my mind when you come back here and you go, don't forget, a population of less than the state of Victoria is New Zealand. So
that's what I'm saying.
There's more people in Victoria than there are in the whole
And in
of
Victoria, we have 3, maybe 4 disintegrating 30-year-old racetracks that are tiny, falling apart.
Yep.
They have less than Melbourne population, and they have 3 like international, insane level. How?
This is the issue that they're having over in places like the US at the minute, is that these tracks are getting so old and dilapidated and shut down that racing culture's then moving to the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our car meets are a little bit different over here compared to some of the stuff I've seen that goes on over there. But that's because they don't have access. All the drag strips are shut down.
Actually, I was watching a video from America the other day about a dude explaining how drag strip built here 30 years ago. Houses locked off over here, ages
Absolutely.
away. Council goes, people are complaining they need more houses. Let's just rezone this bit right next to the racetrack. He's explaining the process as it's happening here.
Get rid of it.
It's just like idiots.
That's what happened to Calder Park, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's. I mean, look, they're revamping that to get that going again because I think they see that there could be an opportunity. Then, if they do, it'll be great.
Quarter Park's a good one. So Quarter Park's really lucky because they're right next to the airport.
Hey.
They're right next to the airport. So Quarter Park actually it lies within the airport sound zone. So they can make noise and they're fine because the planes make that much
Only
noise.
until 11 p.m.
But there's no real racing.
There's all
unless
sorts
it's
of
drifting at night or some shit.
In our experience, my stepdad used to race, drag race motorcycles.
Yeah.
And it would get to the pointy end of the night at Calder, and everyone in the premier classes would be watching their wristwatches to see if they'd be cut for the night.
Okay.
Do we start packing up now or wait the extra half hour? Oh, hang on, we're going to run the juniors. Because they don't produce the noise and that sort of thing. You might be hanging out all day posting some really quick times and then they cut you. because of a noise
noise
restriction.
restrictions, yeah.
And like I said, my family's experienced that firsthand. So this topic hits close to home. And again, you shut down these places, it's going to push people out to do silly stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly,
We just need support from, all these places need the support of their local, state, national, federal governments to.
There's too many save the trees, mate.
Exactly.
That's what is happening, mate.
Yeah,
That's
definitely
We know.
painted as the enemy. Yeah,
100%.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So that actually segues nicely onto our sort of final topic for this episode.
Yep.
Which is something that I saw recently online. So stumbled across a video online, Instagram Reel or TikTok or something like that, which spurred me to look into this topic. He's basically saying he's bought a Hyundai Kona EV.
A what?
Hyundai Kona, but EV.
It's like a small
That's what I said.
SUV.
Yep. And
But EV.
it was EV, electric vehicle. So it was taken in for service and they did a whole bunch of updates and he was reading through the terms and conditions on the updates and it basically allowed remote control of the car.
What does that mean?
So the big terms were geotagging and time limits. So
You lost me. What
So-
the fuck, geotagging?
I'll explain. So, I'll get into it because I want to get this right. Okay, I want to get this right. Okay, so I'm gonna read it out. So, geofencing. Sorry. So, geofencing, right, is any vehicle that's connected to the internet.
GPS.
GPS. So it's all electric vehicles because they're all computers on wheels, and there's some hybrids and stuff like that.
Sure.
So they're all connected to the internet. All of the manufacturers have all your data. Geofencing is basically, in its simplest form, and what they say it's for, is things like we're going to zone a
Create
city.
a barrier.
We're going to zone a city
Oh, you
so that
fucking
your plug-in hybrid's engine can't turn on
Past that
inside a
point.
city, right? So that pollution, whatever else, right? That's the nice way of putting it.
Do you remember last time we met on this podcast, we talked about the
I didn't
black
know, but-
boxes going...
No, but
We're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's called geofencing. So
is that what it's fucking called?
that's what it's called, geofencing. It's basically setting up an electronic map, and your car has to obey its
so it's
orders.
basically a fucking geographical
It's like
fence.
your alarm,
Well,
your
it can
alarm
be used
does the
as
same
one,
thing.
right? So
The fact that they're even saying is only a cushion before they implement it. They're just testing it.
that's the thing, and that's sort of what we're going to talk a little bit about. So what Ford have said.
Mate, that's
I
fine.
know.
That's just bullshit.
so-
You still want to keep buying these fucking fridges?
So what
Seriously,
Ford have said,
fucking hell, that's
Ford are testing a whole bunch of different stuff with geofencing.
Ford can't sell the F1 lighting, F-150
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear in fucking in America.
They're sending it here.
They've given them 90% discount.
Can't get rid of them.
Can't get rid of them, so let's go dump them in Australia.
Yeah, they're sending them here.
$250,000 that has a range of 200 Ks or something or other, let alone towing.
That's without a load. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the dog in the back. Yep.
Yep, no worries,
So
mate.
Ford have said in press releases that they can remotely speed limit a car and use geofencing to speed limit a car, which means they can effectively map the speed limits on every single road and lock a car from going above the speed limit.
But how's a geofencing work? So you're fucking driving
It's
along
GPS tracking.
and you just fucking hit an invisible wall and fucking stops.
Shuts
Nah.
down.
Think of it less like a wall and more like a hand looming over your car that can take control at any moment because you're constantly being tracked.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly. So the other thing that they've said that they can do is remotely shut down your vehicle.
Of course they can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course they can.
So while right now the technical use for geofencing is to save the whales by turning your engine off in high congestion areas and that sort of thing.
But
so
they
your plug-in
don't
hybrid
produce-
has to run off its
Oh,
battery
okay,
in certain
hybrids
roads
as
and
well.
stuff
Sorry,
like that.
I'm
Yep.
thinking
Yep.
EV only.
But the potential for what the overlords, the people who control the other end of the stick, can do is pretty gnarly.
I'm not worried about the overlords. I'm worried about the other bloke that's sitting in his room disgruntled at his computer with some good skills
Hacking into cars.
that might get into that car
Yeah.
and go, he might not make it home from footy practice tonight.
Yeah, and I do have personal experience with a mate of mine who hacked into Commonwealth Bank. Like, these people exist.
Oh, yeah, man.
100% they do.
Mate, I've heard of some...
Good white hats and black hats, good and bad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look, I had a, not on that scale, but I had a freak out moment in my car. I won't mention what brand it is, but
Yours is not EV.
No, but I got a text message at 2 kilometres over my service interval from the manufacturer to tell me I was overdue.
Wow. So your car must be...
Well, it's through the...
Maybe through the brands...
Who knows? But I got a text message that said,
iCloud?
your car's due for a service. Do you want to call us now and book it?
Interesting.
There's no difference.
And that was a little bit too much for me,
year
let
model-
alone this.
What year is your car?
It's an 18 model
18,
car,
so
and it's
you're-
not an EV, it's not a hybrid, it's none of that.
But it's obviously connected to the internet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any car that's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto,
Yeah.
you're connecting to the internet.
Yeah. So there you go. Buy a car that does not speak with the
Just
internet.
don't buy a fucking electric car.
That's it.
Well, the best comment I saw was someone said, if my car comes with terms and conditions, I don't want it.
Well, yeah. With the fine print. I mean,
So good.
that's bad, mate. That is that pure
It's terrifying,
15-minute city bullshit.
It's
all
terrifying.
it's all that, mate. It's just
Yeah. It's one step at a time. Oh, but we need it for this. Oh, but we need it for that.
Yeah.
And it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Slow erosion of freedoms.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
But you know the people that buy electric cars, they believe the BS, the Kool-Aid.
You've said it a million times on this podcast. Your relaxed place is behind the wheel in the sim. That's your downtime. That's your chill out, right?
Yeah.
That all gets taken away. Totally out of the equation. The drive is merely an A to B transportation. It's
Yeah.
purely functional.
Yeah.
But that's not why we do what we do here.
No, I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know. Again, we were talking about the market and the way it's turned and the way the industry's turned and this agency model, and it's lost a bit of its soul. It's lost a lot of its soul, and it's just, I don't know. I don't think this as the market goes that way with all this EV horse shit and all this crap and all this. I mean, I still believe that the government's the one that's pushing it.
Of course they are.
No one else.
Because
It's
they're
the
being
government.
pushed to hit their net zero target.
And they're putting it on the manufacturers to implement this when the manufacturers are getting kickbacks going, hang on, people don't want these EVs, mate. Don't listen to what the bullshit media fucking telling you, just like the fucking COVID and everything, all that shit. So it was just a matter of they just keep pumping it through and people just, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, but hang on, they don't talk about the cars that caught fire at the shopping centres, and they don't talk about all this stuff, and they don't talk about the stuff that really does happen with the life of having an EV car and the actual cost of it. There's enough stuff out there on social, people actually putting their real life experiences about it. But the biggest hurdle of everything is they're not worth fucking shit 2 seconds after you
depreciation.
sign the paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have depreciation. You've already lost money before you've taken delivery of it.
Yeah.
You know, anyone that owns a second-hand EV, you just go and make some calls on it.
Yeah.
Go and make some calls on it.
Try get a dealer. to
Try and
take
get a dealer to trade it.
Trade one in, yeah.
Mate, mate,
Yeah, you want some dealer inside knowledge? No one wants to
no one wants
touch
it.
an electric
Tesla
car.
don't even trade their own product.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
That's the truth. They don't, because some guy rang JP going, mate, JP goes, ring fucking Tesla. He goes, they won't trade it. Huh? But you want to buy another fucking Tesla. So he's rung us. I don't know why fucking people are ringing us on electric cars. What the fuck for? And JP's laughing, going, someone just rang me on a Tesla. I went, huh?
We don't have a Tesla.
What the fuck? And he goes, no, but they were trying to trade it. They
We
wouldn't
want
trade
one.
it, so they're trying to
We
see
want to
if
get
someone
rid of
else-
one, yeah.
We go, mate,
Can't
no.
get rid of it. Yeah.
People realise, mate, it's like SF90s.
Have they dumped as well?
Mate,
have they?
SF90s are dumping hard. People realise, well, 3 year the warranty runs out, or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. And then with the batteries, things are not being used.
Yeah.
So there's been already a few recalls, that sort of stuff. But this is what I'm hearing from clients, I don't know, in saying that. So for me, I think the rush and the push, and I think now they're starting to see, oh, hang on, you know, the soup's not as hot as it was. It's now
No,
getting
the truth's
cold, and
coming
it's
out.
like, oh shit, hang on, that's not that. Oh, hang on, it's not that practical. Oh, life's not that good. You know what I mean? And How much? It's worth what? I'm still making payments, and it's like, how much? Oh fuck, okay. Yeah. Oh, I like the car. I gotta keep it.
Yeah, geez, want to talk about environmental impacts. Talk about
what are you gonna do with the batteries and all this shit, mate?
Well, that's the thing. We've got fields of brand new electric cars that they can't sell. We've got fields of 8-year-old electric cars which are worth negative.
Nothing.
Because literally the battery replacement costs more than what the car's worth. It's just
I'm actually
They should park
surprised
them under the solar farms.
Brother, I mean, I'm actually surprised at how long it's been going. But I suppose when you've got all these governments and the media pushing the agenda,
that's it.
But you have got countries that are actually saying this is not really viable. It's not doing it. There's a few Euro countries that have actually said, no, it's okay. We're not doing that anymore, or we're not doing the taxes, or we're not going to implement those bans that we've had in place so long. So
it's all about emissions targets for this 2030 goal.
Mate, it's
literally
all horseshit, mate.
It's all horseshit. And we're all chasing our tails.
It's all horseshit. And it's not viable. It's not sustainable.
My air conditioner at home doesn't make a lick of difference compared to the company that's building these electric cars that's running how many megawatts through their system every, hour, month, whatever.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
People are catching up.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. But look again, I reckon before there was more so many just pro, whereas now I reckon it's easy fucking 50-50, I reckon, at one stage. You may not see the other 50% that are really pushing back on it because that's just the media or whatever. It's just blanketing what they're saying. But nah, I speak to people out there in the trade and I hear the feedback. Yeah. They're the ones on the front line. They're the ones taking the orders, mate.
Yeah. Well, imagine then on top of that you've got the hand of God reaching down and geo-fencing your car on top of that.
Well, that's...
How does that make it more appealing? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah. They just take off on their own, and there's so many cases of those cars in America. They're just fucking autopiloting and just won't stop. And
we saw an example of that on some racing on the weekend, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck is that stupid sport?
We'll talk about that next week, so
okay.
don't say anything.
Cool.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that next episode.
I had to double check. I was like, what the fuck? There's no one in there.
Yeah, it went well. It went well. So we'll end it there and we'll pick that conversation up at the start of next episode. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's a good one.
Oh, stay tuned. It's a fucking disgrace.
There better be some clips for this one too.
Oh, you have to. Oh, no, probably copyright. You won't be able to use it.
I don't know.
But not really, because no one really watched it. So it's probably going to get more exposure with us. I don't even know how I saw it. I was like, oh, racing. What the fuck is that? And I actually, mate, I got a fucking 98-inch screen, and I walked up to the fucking screen because my eyes are fucked. And I'm like, and Reed's going, what are you doing? Can't you fucking see the TV? And I'm going, no, something's not right here. And she's going, what? And she just sees the form. She goes, what's it, F2 or something? I've gone, no, there's no fucking prick in the car. And there's aerials on them. And they were doing, I thought it was slow motion replay, but it wasn't.
Say no more. Next week.
Oh, it's a fucking disgrace. I couldn't believe it. I thought someone was having me on. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned
on that
for that
bombshell. We'll see you next week.
See you, mate. That was a fucking goal. Honestly, I didn't know what the fuck. No.